You opted out of your ring today?
Nervous? I'm a little nervous right now. I don't like hard questions.
I wonder if he's willing to let me know that, what else has he been doing that he doesn't want me to know? I just met David today for the first time. Like, I have no idea who this guy is. Is David just a
I've been very giving orally, and I would like her to return the favor.
Like, when I first met you, I had a lot of different assumptions. Transactional? You're a lot more sensitive than me. You're a lot more sensitive than a lot of people I know.
You did that.
I don't want to hear it.
I didn't do it. You did. I didn't do it.
Time has come for you to decide.
Do you want to stay married or get a divorce?
This is Married at First Sight.
All right, people, welcome back to our Married at First Sight season 18 recaps. This is episode 13. The episode is entitled "The Truth Always Comes Out." First and foremost, how are you doing, Miss Lady?
I am well, Mr. Man. What's going on with you?
I'm good. I'm chilling. So the episode starts off 19 days until D-Day or Decision Day. And as the title proclaims, do you believe that the truth always comes out?
No. I believe that it is some people out here that have not told the truth.
Right.
And it gets held under lock and key. So I don't believe that. However, I do believe that certain things that are meant to come to light will. So, yeah. How about you? Do you believe that statement?
Yeah, I don't believe that the truth does always come out. I believe that sometimes it can be shown like in different ways and you just have to see it or not see it. But I do think in certain instances the truth will never come about the light of day.
Yes, I agree.
So I will that's my stance on it. All right, I got a couple questions before we get into the couples. So there is a meeting between the groups in this episode, and all the girls met up for a sound bath and some tea swapping, XYZ, whatever, gossip time. How often do you meet with your set of girls and swap the tea?
Swap the tea. Well, me and my girls, which are few, we be busy, man. Listen, we be busy, seriously. But typically, maybe twice a month. Maybe twice a month for us.
Oh, that's a good number.
Yeah.
Good
I
number.
mean, we would like to have it. We did talk about this, like we would like to have it like once a week.
Okay.
But time doesn't afford it all the time, so twice a month.
Yeah, people will be busy with work, their own interpersonal relationship, children, whatever, X, Y, and Z. So that time is not always allotted. I would say that as the guys went boxing, that was their outing. In most instances, guys don't really do this, even though I think that we should, but we just don't for whatever reason, the machismo, whatever it may be. And I don't just see myself getting together with my friends like, you know what I'm going through with my girl this week. See how you laughing? That's how it comes across. That's how it comes across.
Yeah. I was getting ready to ask, like, do you guys do that?
That's how it comes across. So we don't really partake because it just feels awkward. Like it just feels awkward to even go down those roads with guys. So Ike Raw, Soul Paul said, "Fuck y'all boys meeting." He didn't go. And my question was though, as the guys were meeting. And as we know David to be lying in this text message story, my question was, why is David lying to the guys?
Thanks. And I'm sitting there like,
This is the
This
place
whole
where
thing.
you can or you should be able to tell the truth.
Yeah. But I feel like maybe he like if this was his
Right.
guys,
Like tell the truth.
he probably would have told the truth. But yes, even though he's formulating bonds with these guys, they are
You know they
not
gonna
his
yeah,
guys.
he know they gonna
He
pillow talk.
Yeah, he knew they probably gonna go back and pillow talk, or either the producers or the cameraman or whoever that is recording will, spill the tea. So he kept it light.
All right, I got two more little short questions about the girls' meeting. So, in your set meetings with your set of friends, so I guess you can answer this for both. When you're talking to your set of friends and in their particular girls' meeting, are there boundaries? Because when Imem was speaking about the ring situation, and we'll get into that later, Camille blurted out, like, oh no! So, is there any boundaries in the girls' meeting?
Nah, not with my girls.
Okay.
No, we saying what the fuck we want to say. Feel how you want to feel. No, no, no. We do have compassion. We do um take into consideration like the feelings,
Mm,
but typically there are no boundaries. Like we're able to just, be us, and each of us are confident in knowing that it's not coming from a place of malice, like, but
right,
it's coming from like some real shit. Like,
right,
oh no, like for real, like
right,
he ain't wear his ring, like
right.
what? Like, you know what I mean? That type of thing, not from a place of malice.
All right, the last question is, what did you think about Madison's reaction and her advice, being as though we don't know or not? She may be the culprit. What do you think about her facial reaction? Her, how enthusiastic she was about it. Like, what do you think about her reaction and her giving advice to Michelle as to say, "Well, I think y'all should talk about it." Well, I think. What do you think about Madison's reaction?
To be honest, I thought it was bullshit.
Mm,
I saw guilt fucking plastered on her head. But that could be just me because I honestly believe that it is Madison. Like
okay,
I honestly believe that there is just some sort of a little extra something. Now,
right,
that text may not have been for
right,
Madison, but I do believe that in the midst of their seeing each other or something, there has been some chemistry. Like
right.
I will stand by that. So like she just seemed to smile a little bit too much, but not say too much. And then when she did say something, it was just on the generic side, and it just seemed a little awkward to me. It seemed a little awkward to me.
It seemed a little. Why won't you just be quiet, Madison?
Right. Like,
Because regardless of if you're guilty, if the text was
mhm.
to you or not, there's already tension of y'all being a little bit too close. So you just be quiet here. You
Yeah,
just be
thank
quiet
you.
here, man.
Have nothing much to say. Right.
Yeah, you just be
I
quiet
agree.
here, man.
I agree. But
All
of
right.
course, she didn't.
Yeah,
So,
she did. All right, where do you want to begin?
mm, let us see. Let us see.
Where do you want to begin?
Okay, I really want to tackle Juan and Carla first.
Oh shit, Juan! I got a lot to say with Juan and Carla. And it may not be the direction that you think I'm going to go, but I have a lot to say with Juan and Carla. And this is
Okay.
I just want to throw this out here real quick, and I just want to see if you grasp it or not. And this is my first statement on Juan and Carla. Juan and Carla. Juan and Carla. Um, I don't think Juan is bisexual, but I think he can be turned.
Okay, I feel that. I definitely feel that. I definitely get those vibes. It definitely has crossed my mind a time or two. Um, and not necessarily in the sense that he could be turned, but in the sense of you're giving me sweet vibes.
Mm,
Like maybe he's already been turned.
okay.
Like maybe he's already dabbled. And I think, maybe he kind of likes guys more than girls right now. Like that's the feeling that I'm getting. So I definitely agree with you there.
Okay. And my second thing about Juan is, and this is also a thing that leads me to that point. Why he always so excited about food?
Because he is the girl.
That's what I'm saying. The girls be super excited about food like that. They was like, "How was the lunch with the parents?" He was like, "Her mom brought out this feast, and there was food." And she was like, "How was it talking to her parents?" He was like, "I had leftovers for a day." He's like, "My nigga, nobody's talking about this food. Why you keep talking about food so much?"
Yes, he was so focused on that food, and to me, that is just a very a very much of a female tendency, in my opinion.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, why you? I got my eye on you, and not in a
Yeah.
good way. Why? Not in a good way. Why? All right. So he also, was talking to Karla, and he was saying, "I don't really like the hard questions. They scare me." What do you just think about that?
So I'm on a border for people who don't like to face hard questions. And I get it. Like I really hate being uncomfortable too, but I never shy away from the hard questions. And I feel like most people shouldn't. I feel like that can get to the core of problems, that can get to the core of feelings, that can, keep things from, either bubbling over or going to another level that they don't need to go to. Like if you just sit and talk, face the hard questions, get to the bottom of whatever,
Right.
and you guys can move forward. So I want to respect the fact that he could feel uncomfortable in those situations, but I also want to say stop being a bitch.
I just want to say I don't think the questions are that hard.
And they're not. And they're not. They really aren't.
I don't, and these are the questions with Dr. Pia. So this is the sex question. So why is that hard? That's why it's all leaning certain ways for me with you. Juan. I'm sorry.
Right. He's uncomfortable. Why? Because he'd rather be talking about somebody who has a penis.
Right.
Maybe. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, I'm concerned.
Yeah,
So him saying that gave to me that, he's a surface communicator. That's what I'm starting to see with Juan. That all the things, food, how was your day, work, X, Y, and Z, all the easy on top of the surface shit he's cool with. And that's what I see, what kind of communicator he is. He's a surface communicator. Are you gathering that as well?
Yes, I feel like he's a surface communicator. I feel like those two are just fully on the surface. They are fully friend zoned. I feel like Juan is the cause of this and the reason for this. And I just feel like he does not want to get into a deep space, deep conversations, intimate connections. I just feel like he's putting the halt on things and it will probably never ever go anywhere further than where it is now.
Yeah, I'm concerned.
Yeah.
So Dr. Pia mentioned this sexy pic that Karla had. Now, here's where it's going to get a little interesting.
Okay.
First, what'd you think about the sexy pic? Second, I think that's one of her gay best friends or whatever. But the pic was still a sexy pic. Is it cool or no? Like if that's your dude and he's holding another girl like that, is it cool? Are we good?
Nah. Nah. No. Mm-mm.
If one or the other party is gay, is that a pass?
No. No, because I think we talked about this before too. Just because, you might like into one side doesn't mean that, you're not curious about another side or that, y'all are so close and so and a nice space that it doesn't cross over into something else. So I don't think it's appropriate in any way, shape, or form, only for the fact that not that they're close, not that they're touching in the way and the manner in which they are. I mean, I'm going to be honest. Let's just say you was my guy
Mhm.
and I was doing that. And you had to come across social media and see that. Even if you don't care about a lot of things, you just gonna be like,
Yeah, it was a bit much.
it was just a bit much. Like you might not be mad about it. You might not be feel no type of way about it. You might not be insecure about it, but you're going to be like, yo, that's not a good look. Like it's just a bit much. Like what's up? Um, so I just feel like certain things, certain boundaries just shouldn't be crossed out of respect.
Yeah, normally I wouldn't care about certain things like that, like you out dancing with a dude or whatever, and y'all just having a good time. But that picture was like, if nobody don't know neither one of y'all either fucking or y'all gonna be fucking that night, or it just was a lot in the pictures. Like he was cuffing her ass, you got your tongue out, y'all was super close. And I'm normally the person who will stand by you and be like, man, it's just a picture, it ain't that deep. But that picture was a little bit a lot.
Yes, yes. And that's it. Like if they were standing next to each other, a small embrace, and face to face, side by side or something, then yeah, but that shit was wild. I'm like, Karla, cut it. And he like, and, and Juan is just retarded.
Super
Juan is
retarded.
just
Super
retarded.
retarded. Juan actually said, if I was good friends with him, I probably would be humping him like that too. No, I'm good with it. It don't bother me at all. Like it doesn't bother me. It doesn't faze me at all. I'm cool.
Just in case that slid past a
Facts.
few people, can you repeat that?
He
He
said,
said,
if I was good friends with him, I would probably be humping on him like that too.
okay,
That's
okay.
why I said I don't know where we're going, Juan. I don't know where we're going. All right, so then Dr. Pierre was, asking why they are not that intimate with each other or whatever, and she was like, "I'm with it. It's him that's not with it." And he was basically saying, how he's not there yet, but they're trying to get there. So she introduced for them to do a tantric yoga session. Do you know what that is? Have you partaken?
I do know what it is. I have not. I want to. I definitely want to. I feel like you have to definitely do it with a partner that is on that same energy level with
Right.
you to go into that space, to try it and to be open to receive in that space. So I'm definitely down to try it. Can't wait until I do. I know exactly what it is. It's just the combining of the energies, coming into each other's space, getting close, more intimate, tapping into some physical and mental powers, all of that good stuff. So I'm definitely, into that tantric stuff, a lot of learning and reading and stuff I've been doing on that. So would you
Yeah,
try
Karla.
that?
Yeah, I would definitely try it.
Oh,
I
okay.
know a little bit about it, but yeah, I would definitely try it. Like you said, you definitely have to do it in the right energy and with the right person. And that's where I want to speak about it because Karla was excited about it because she was looking at it on the intimacy side of it. And so he was curious and he was like, let me see what it is. And then they started practicing or whatever. And it was just awkward. It was awkward when they were doing the practicing or when he was trying to figure out what it was. And it was like, he was like, no, do it like this, move like this. And it was like, yo, why are you doing all these directions like we playing football, my nigga? Like,
Yeah, he definitely is giving off nervous energy or something. And
like
that's another
relax.
thing. Yes, you gotta relax, and you can't put that. Like I felt like he made the whole session, even though he was a willing participant, like he made the whole session like awkward as fuck.
Facts.
Like he really did. And I think he took away from it. Like you said, Carla was excited. She wanted to experience something different, like us connecting on a really intimate level. And he just turned it into a fucking goof show.
Facts. All right. I got another question before we get into that. There was some mention about somebody going number 2.
During the session, or you talk about after in the apartment?
In the apartment.
Yeah. Okay.
So Karla was saying if I drink this kind of milk or whatever, I'm going to have to poop. And she was like, I don't poop like when you're around or like anything like that. And she was like, he was like, I do. And she was like, yeah, we know. So
Right.
is the pooping still a thing like amongst females? Like, is this still a thing that you can't poop around your guy?
Oh yeah, no. Yes,
What?
it's the thing. Yeah, it's the thing. I mean, for me, I think even if you have a guy that's comfortable with it, and obviously it's a bodily function. We know everybody does it. And even if your guy is cool with it, I think just who you are as an individual, you're going to go, but you're going to be as discreet, as quiet, as smell free, as whatever as possible, because that's just what some ladies do, and some don't care. Some say whatever. He don't care, neither do I. And some women do. So like Carla's one of them ladies. She's not doing it in front of him or near him.
If you gotta take a dump, you gotta take a dump. Just don't be like super nasty, like. But like I guess I get it in a sense, but it is still a human thing. I'm not like it's not a thing for me. If you don't stink too bad, I would like be in a bathroom with you and be chatting it out with you. That shit don't really bother me.
Right.
But my question is to you and to all the ladies: it's not a thing for you to be like, yo, I gotta take a dump. Are you gonna tell me that you gotta take a dump, or are you just gonna be like sneak off and like and I don't really know like what
Yeah,
the
no,
fuck?
I'm never. You could probably be with me for a good 10 years and never know when I go,
That's
never heard me say it, never nothing. So I mean, now for me, no, I don't know about the other ladies. Like, please let us know
Man,
in the
listen,
chat with y'all.
I'm gonna tell y'all if you gotta take a dump, you don't have to be abruptly, but if you gotta take a dump, it's okay for you to be like you don't even have to say the words dump or poop or none of that shit. So just say I'm going to the bathroom. Don't like I don't want to just turn around and you going and I'm like like
Okay, what I will say is this, like, no, I will never be like that. But I have come up with like, well, I didn't come up with a special word. I don't think I came up with it, but glitter is
I
the word.
cannot.
Glitter. No, you got a glitter? You got to like not the actual words, but even still doing that, like I'm not announcing, I'm not doing anything of the sort. Like I'm just
So if I be like, yo, where you was at?
I was in the bathroom out of my business. Why? What you say? I was in the bathroom out of my business, and I'm also, and like not to be too much into this topic because we have a lot of other things to
Right.
talk about, but you'll probably know because I'm hopping right in the shower after.
I can't see.
Listen, ladies, if you know, you know, you always gotta keep the booty fresh because you never know when you're gonna get it in.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad at it, but it be a lot of extremes y'all go through.
Yeah, I
Like
know.
it's just a lot of extremes y'all go through. All right, so wrapping up Juan and Carla, I just want to say that it seems like Juan is like green sexually, and also like you spoke about how he made the experience like goofy, just like I would say immature sexually. Like every time it's a intimacy thing or anything like emotional, touchy feely, something like that, he like does the jokey joke shit.
That could be, I mean, if we think about it, that could be like a sign to a bunch of different things. It could be
Right.
a sign that Okay, it might be just with women,
Right.
and he might be comfortable elsewhere. It could be signs of a trauma of his, and that's the way his nervous energy comes off. um it could mean a lot of different things. For me, I feel bad for Karla because like she wants to get
Right.
into that intimate space with him, and it's just like a constant like door that's being
Right.
closed in her face, where it's
Right.
just like, nah, we're never going to get there. Like she was hyped because she
Right.
just knew that this exercise that Dr. Pia had given them
Right.
was going to be it.
Right.
And it just wasn't. It was just a fucking big game.
And I'll give Karla the telltale sign of why it's not getting there, or the red flag that she should have saw. And I only caught this episode. I don't know if this has happened in any prior episodes, but this episode I heard it a couple times, and it was like, "Don't fucking bro me, dog."
Mm-hmm.
He was broing her like 3-4 times. Don't
Yeah.
fucking bro me, dog.
He's done that before. He's done that before. That bro shit drives me nuts.
Right.
I can't do it because I'm not your bro.
Thanks.
Like,
Don't fucking bro me,
I'm not
dog.
your
What are
bro.
you doing?
Even if I'm your sis, don't
Right.
bro me.
Right.
Even if I'm your sis, don't bro me.
Thanks. Don't do the bro shit. The bro
Yeah.
shit is extremely telling. Even if it's not used in that way, still don't use it in that way. Like,
Still don't use it
yeah, like still don't use it in that way.
at
Don't bro
all.
me at all. Like, don't
At
bro me
all.
at all. Don't bro me at
Yes.
all. I don't like it. Don't bro me at all. I don't like it.
Yes.
All right. You got any more questions or last thoughts on Juan and Carla?
No, I think you tackled them all.
Okay. Let's see where we want to go here. Let's see where we're going to go here. All right. I don't want to do Camille and Thomas yet. Let's do Madison and Allan. Why are you laughing?
Solo Maddie.
Solo Maddie. Solo Maddie. Let's do Madison and Allan. Solo Maddie and Allan, man. All right. First and foremost, I know I said this before, and I want to reiterate. I'm going to throw Luffy out the window.
Luffy gotta go.
Yes, I'm over Luffy. I'm tired of Luffy being in the way, always tearing up shit, and just fucking being so extra. Get the fuck out, Luffy.
Yes.
Bye.
Let me tell you one part where Luffy just got on my fucking nerves. When Dr. Pia was there.
Thanks. That's
Like,
what I'm
put
saying.
the fucking dog in the room, and if the dog won't be quiet, then the producers or somebody need to take the fucking dog out for a walk, or somebody need to assistant. Somebody. He was on my nerves.
Thanks. So I'm sick of you, Luffy.
Yes.
And I'll throw you off the fucking
ledge.
Yes. All right. My second question is not really related to Madison and Allan, but it's about Madison. Is the tatas real?
They honestly don't look fake to me. I mean, they just look perfect.
Yeah.
That makes you want to question. But I think because like if she didn't work out, like if she wasn't such a gym rat like she is, I think I would suspect more that they were fake. However, because she's a gym rat and she's constantly in the gym,
they just perky like that.
They're perky, and there are exercises that can make your breasts perky. Like, that can keep your breasts toned and perky, and she has a nice body and she's fit. So I'm leaning more towards that they're real.
Okay. I just was question.
Yeah, but if they ain't, shout out to her.
Thanks. Shout out to her doctor.
Yeah, shout out to her doctor.
All right, so the doctor was asking them, why haven't they gotten to intimacy and where their level of intimacy is and things of that nature. And he said that I fully trust her, but she said, Not necessarily. She said, I trust him a little bit. What was your thoughts on just those statements?
Him trusting her and her not
Right.
trusting him, but a little bit.
Right.
I think Madison's kind of full of shit. And I only say that is because, like, I feel like she comes up with things just because
Right.
she's just not fucking attracted to Alan. So what has Alan done
Right.
that would make her not fully be able to trust?
Right.
I mean, now mind you, Alan has said some things. He's awkward. He's quirky. He has a lot of things that might not necessarily be attractive or appealing, but I don't think he's ever done anything to make her say, I just don't trust this man
Right. Right.
fully.
Right.
So I don't know. I think she just be making up shit. And I just think he just is too trusting of her, period.
That's most definitely. All right, so Dr. Pia was, letting Madison know that just give him a shot. He might, rock your world. And then he said, it's a reason why people put up my goofiness, because I'll be rocking people's worlds. Do you believe that Alan is out here rocking people's worlds?
Sorry, no. Sorry, no. But what I will say to that, there is some people out here who is okay with the okie doke.
Right. That's a fact.
And they be getting they world rocked by the okie doke. So maybe he is out here rocking worlds to those who ain't really about that life. You dig what I'm saying? So I mean, do I really believe that? He ain't rocking a bitch like my world. To each his own.
Facts. I'm not gonna say that he ain't rocked on nobody's world, because sometimes people surprise you. Sometimes it be the weirdos or the quiet people or the people that you would not think of that be like super freaks. So we don't know. But from the looks on the outside, I'm gonna say no.
Yeah.
And by your behaviors, I'm gonna say no.
Facts. And I mean, a couple of times that he been in them gym shorts, I ain't seen nothing.
I cannot.
Sorry.
I cannot.
Well,
all right,
Alan, cut it.
All right, so they played a little card game called Just the Tip. I think this is a great game. They need to put these kind of shits out for the people to buy.
Yeah, she has them to buy. They are on her site. They are $40. I actually looked.
Okay.
I actually looked because I was interested in seeing. That's a great game to have.
Right.
Yep.
Right. All right, so the game is called Just a Tip, y'all. All right, so they asked her if she's cool, with anything, and she said, I'm good with anything as long as it's not painful. And he said, the question was, after sex, what's the first thing you do? And that's another thing that you were talking about earlier, after the dump. Like, I need a shower. Like, what? Where's all these rushing for showers? Like, it's all these rushing for showers. Every time anything happens, everybody's rushing for a shower.
Yeah, facts. Well, I don't have to rush for a shower after sex. Like, I don't really have to rush for a shower after anything except, that other thing. That's the first thing, because I always need to be on go. I need to always be ready. Like, if the mood hits, I don't need you to be trying to bend me over and I done glittered. Like, it's just, I don't want that to happen. So, but I don't know why people are in a rush to take a shower after sex. Like, to me, savor the flavors, the feeling, the sweat, the smells, all of that. Like, what's that about?
Facts. All right, so she did say that, sex is a stress reliever for her, and that is something that we've been, preaching for the people. Some people stand on this side of it, some people stand on that side of it. Some people are like, when I'm stressed, sex is the last thing that I'm thinking about, and some people like to have sex, as a stress reliever. I am a proponent of sex as a stress reliever. That's what I'll say about that. And she said her favorite way to reach an orgasm is her on top. And that tends to be a lot for a lot of women.
Mm-hmm.
Or I would say the women who know themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Because when they're on top, they're in control. They control the rhythm, the depth, all things of that nature. So that's kind of telling when a person says that that's their favorite way to get an orgasm. Because the people who be like, I don't know, I'll be questioning that.
You'd be like, what? How you don't know?
Thanks.
Like, what you talking about?
Facts. I'll be questioning that. All right, so they were having a good time playing this little game, and we were almost there. We were almost there, Allan. You was almost there. You might have had a shot. You was almost there, and then you put your foot in your mouth.
As he always does.
When nobody asked you to do it. This shit was like the Washington Commanders turning the ball over for no reason.
Shout out to the Eagles.
For no reason, you just turned the ball over. Like, fumble. Fumble for no reason.
For no reason.
For no reason, he jumped out the window and said, no. And this is something that I said initially, but I wouldn't say it to her. You fucking idiot. He was like, when I first, met you and seen how you were acting or whatever, I thought that you were a transactional sex person, like a young party girl with like sex wasn't really an emotional thing for you. And in the first couple of recaps, I always say, yo, Madison is the girl that you meet at the bar and you smash and then you never talk to again. And I will still stand by that. But you, as her husband, shouldn't say that to her, you fucking idiot, especially when y'all are having a game about sex. You haven't smashed yet, and you right there at the door.
Yeah, fact.
I always say niggas always talk themselves out of the draws. They don't know when to shut the fuck up.
Facts. And then not only that, what purpose did that statement have?
Right.
Like
for no reason.
For no reason, because it didn't tie into like a question. And even
Right.
if it did tie into a question, and that might have been a thought that crossed your mind, like you said, what would make you even say that out your mouth? Like, that's not something that you just offer to, like you said, your wife or to your person when you kind of trying to get dug in. Like,
Right.
I don't know if there was ever a time to say that.
That's what I'm saying. There's never no point in you saying that to her.
And I have this question down for you. When do you feel like that there's a line for communicating and over communicating? Like, where is the border for this?
There's definitely a line. And I have this conversation with one of my female friends often. And she's always like confused or lost on it. And she'd be like, but I just want to express, how I feel or what I thought. And I'd be like, yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. But when you're talking to somebody that like you supposed to have feelings for or supposed to have a certain amount of empathy towards, it's just certain things that even if you say it, you gotta say it a certain way. Like you don't just come out and be like, "Yo, your dick is little." no. Like you supposed to care about this nigga. Don't fucking talk to him like that. Like have some couth about it. Like have something about it where like there should be a line when how you're in. And I say a lot of harsh things or whatever, but I'm not going to say it to you in certain ways if you're my person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I got really confused by this statement. It kind of came out of, I mean, maybe in his mind it didn't come out of nowhere.
No, it did come out of nowhere.
Okay. Because I'm like, it just came, and then I even said to myself as I was watching, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Right.
Why are we talking about this? And then it just made her feel like shit.
Right.
How did you think that was gonna make her feel,
Right.
Alan?
He thought that was gonna make her. In his brain, he was saying like, I had this perceived notion of you, but then I got to know you, and I don't think that you're like that. I don't think that is you. But in her brain, it's like, why does people always have these perceived notions of me? And yes, that hurts my feelings.
Yeah, facts. And I've been having to deal with this all my life,
Right.
or I still deal with it until this day. Alan, you couldn't come up with a better fucking question than that to, end the game. Like, what is happening, Alan? You're losing it.
Anytime you say I don't, anytime you formulate it in your brain, I don't know if this is the correct word for me to use, or I don't know how to express this, then you should know that you should be extremely careful about the word that you're about to use. The fuck? Transactional? He said transactional to her.
Facts, and that sound like a whore.
Facts.
Matter of fact, that might get a little change on the side after the fact.
Facts. That's a fact. So he said and this is all based on how she was dancing at their wedding.
Alan needed to be popped.
Yeah, that was a pop moment. And we don't support violence over here, but that was a pop moment.
And that wasn't even he didn't need to even be popped by her. He needed to be popped by one of his homies, the producer, the man, whoever. Somebody needed to just pluck him and be like, Alan, what? Shut up.
That's a fact.
Please shut up.
This is why I always say to the fellas, man, don't talk yourself out of their jaws, man. No, shut the fuck up. Just know when to shut the fuck. Y'all were having a good conversation. Y'all talking about fucking and foreplay and all these things of that nature, and you want to come out and say, I thought you were transactional. when this wasn't a question, nobody said what was your initial thoughts about her. Nobody asked you. You created this shit for yourself and said it.
Facts.
So
Alan just talks too much, I feel like.
That's a fact. So he ended up taking the dog for a walk, and then she bursted out crying when the producers was asking her, how did she perceive that? And she said, I hate being perceived as a whore. That's not who I am, and people always place that on me. And then she left after that. And that's my question. Do you think that's a leave moment, or do you think that's a talk moment?
So, I'm a big don't leave. I'm a big don't leave person, even though I know that people need space sometimes and they have to leave because for whatever reason. But I do agree with Keisha at the end of the show where she said that might not have been the best time for you to leave, especially with this type of breakdown in communication that you two were having about you being a party girl or you being whatever, and then here you are out 3:30 in the morning to have a beer with what friends? What ladies is out at 2-3 o'clock in the morning in 2025 and in the world that we live in right now? No, her and David
I cannot.
were busting it up.
Probably.
No, I'm just joking.
But probably. Still probably. But still probably. So he said, he was sitting on the couch down there in tears, and he was like, she said she had to go make a call and then she never came back.
What would you have done?
I wouldn't done nothing because I know I said something crazy. Like you gotta know when you said something crazy, and you just gotta eat it. Like you just gotta eat it. Like I'm not even the person who's gonna be like texting you or calling you 100 times to be like, my bad, I didn't mean that. In that instance, that is where I'm going to give you your space, to just digest what happened, and then we can have a conversation about it, when the dust settles. But I'm not
Right.
gonna be sitting on the couch crying like he is like. So then he meets up with her at the gym or whatever, and she was cool. She didn't have no energy. Like
Mm-mm.
she was cool. She was at a good tone,
Hmm.
and he had the energy.
Yep.
And he was like, she was just trying to talk to him about how that made her feel or whatever, and he was like, no, you're too sensitive. Like, and so instead of him saying sorry for what he said, he was just like, no, you're too sensitive. And he was like, I was up waiting for you and you never came home. He was like, I waited up till like 2 in the morning. And she was like, I came home at like 3 in the morning. And he was losing his shit. And she was like, but I came home. like like it doesn't matter that I came home at 3 in the morning. I still came home. So what is that a thing? The
What?
argument about her saying, but I still came home, and him saying 3 in the morning now?
Um, Again, I just feel like that is, based upon the relationship that you have with your person. I feel like there are boundaries. So if you know that this might tick your person off, then maybe even though you've grown and you can do what you want to do, you're still deciding to be in a partnership with this person. You kind of gotta, compromise a little bit. And so I I think he had some valid points, but again, he did say some shit, so he had to give her space. So I think I'm 50-50 on this. Like, I feel like he shouldn't have said what he said to cause her to want to leave.
Mm.
And she should have just, maybe not have left and gone until 3:30 in the morning out with, whoever.
All right, what do you feel about him saying she's too sensitive?
Now that's bullshit. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, so she was basically telling him that he was using deflection tactics um to try to discard, what he had said and things of that nature.
Hmm.
Um this is what I want to say to you and to all the women. Majority of men, because they're men, don't have empathy towards women.
Hmm.
And that's going to be a conversation that needs to be had between you and your partner or people or just in life in general to understand that that is a thing
Hmm.
that is not understood or known. So women don't know that men don't have empathy towards women, and men don't know that they need to have empathy towards women.
Hmm. I agree with you there. And I
And
just feel, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
that you good, and that needs to be a conversation, is what I'm saying.
Hmm. I feel like when it comes to that, there's so much pride and ego
Mm,
on both sides.
mm,
Um, on both sides, because even if a woman is able to understand and receive the fact that, hey, her partner may not have any empathy, she's so quick to pounce on that
right,
fact
right,
to make it an even worse case scenario. You know what I mean? So a conversation where there is no empathy from him, you know what I mean, that could mildly be put to rest is going to snowball out of control because she's going to feel that there is no empathy
right.
and she's going to start going in and she's going to start going ham where he may not even realize
That's what
that
I was about to say.
yeah,
In that instance, he doesn't even know
he doesn't
that
even know.
he's not showing any empathy.
Exactly, exactly. So it could go so many different ways. It could just be put to bed in a a lighter, easier way if one, we can recognize it because
Right.
I'm guilty of it, have been, you know what I mean? And if we can just, recognize it and just be like, you know what, hey, like that wasn't cool. Like you can, show me a little grace here because X, Y, and Z, X, Y, and Z, instead of saying, oh motherfucker, like, you know, it could just be handled so differently.
Right. So, yeah, that's my spill on that. I think that those conversations do need to be had between the two and just people that you know just in everyday life, because far and few between is that even something that is spoken about. Just empathy in general towards your people, like we just said earlier in the same conversation, of the things that you're saying to a person that you're supposed to be caring about.
Right.
You need to be mindful.
Right. I think the mindfulness comes in when it's already said and done. And then sometimes even then it's not. It doesn't come into play. Yeah.
All right. Any last questions or comments on Madison and Allan solo, Maddie?
All right, yeah, I just want to say this one thing. Can you please explain to me, because you know there are times when my brain doesn't function properly. Um, can you please tell me why he said that he had a dream?
Oh my
Please
God.
tell him about the dream. Because I was just like, Alan, please stop. Can
All
you please?
right. This is what happened when he said, I had a dream that you didn't come home and the producers matched you up with somebody else and you got married to somebody else, and I got so afraid because and then he went into a whole spiel about, I'm not going to say that I love you, but I really like you a lot, and it just shattered my whole world. X, Y, Z. So this is what that basically means. Once again, he's always in his mind like, this is the most beautiful girl I ever had. I just said some dumb. I just fucked up. I just said some dumb shit, and that could have been a deal breaker for me. So whether he had the dream or not is whatever. It doesn't matter if he had the dream or not, basically.
Yeah.
But because he knew he had fucked up so bad, he was just trying to find a way to say, "Yo, I really like you a lot, and I don't want to lose you." That's all that was. That's all that was. It was him saying, I said some dumb shit, but I really like you a lot, and I don't want to lose you. That's what it
He
was.
has a weird way of expressing his feelings. I will
Because
say that.
and that's another point, and those are more conversations to be had. Most men do not know how to express their fucking feelings.
Right.
So that's what that is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that story was stupid. That story was extreme. I'm not gonna be like, yo, first of all, when did you have this dream, nigga? Because you said you was up till 1 a.m. waiting for her.
Yeah.
So when did you have the dream?
When did you have this dream? I'm so confused.
When did you have the dream, nigga? So whatever, Ollie. But whatever. Where you want to go next?
Let's do Ike and M.
Ike, Raw, So Appalled, and Eminem. All right. See, I'm on M side, but I got a little bit of beef with her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on M side. I'm still on M side, y'all, but I got a little bit of beef with her. That's why I'll tell you why I got a little bit of beef with her. All right, so it starts off with them going to go get some ice cream, right? And she had on one of the little lady pantsuits, right?
Mm-hmm.
This my beef, man. I hate those fucking pantsuits. Especially when you got the shoulder pads in them, Jones. And when I saw her with the shoulder pad and that John, I was like about to be on Ike's side, and be like, I could see why Ike saw you in the shower that day and was like, "No, I'm good."
Right. I cannot.
I'm just saying, it was not giving sexy. It was not giving like attractive. It's not giving those shoulder pad shit. Is not giving.
I didn't even know they even made shoulder pads anymore. I mean, not for regular things. Like I know for like real fashion statements they're placed, but I didn't know they actually still sold shit like that.
Oh yes, and even if they don't, women have them in their closets.
Inserted. Right.
So chill out with the shoulder pad shit, man. Yeah, I be so confused with him because sometimes she get away with it, but all right, it's not my type, but she ain't ugly, ugly. And
Yeah.
then other times it'd be like, why you got that on? Like, why did you do that?
Yeah.
Why would you
Yeah,
pick
fact.
that?
Yeah. I don't think she's super stylish. Even when she like dressed down, I think
Not
she
only
looks a
super
little weird.
stylish, it's just the boy up topness.
Yeah, kind of boxy looking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
it's just the boy up topness. It don't be given, man. All right, so she was saying how I'm no longer referring to him as my husband. He's Ike now, and he has to date me now. And I told y'all at the beginning that was not going to be a good thing when she was like, my husband, my husband, my husband. And y'all was in the chat and in the comment section saying that's so cute. And I was like, don't fall for it.
That you did.
Don't fall for it. But they're supposed to be dating now. Right? They're supposed to be dating now. She said that he asked me to just be, and she said that's not my natural state, but I'ma try. All right. So once again, I spoke about adjustments, and I spoke about learning people's communication styles. If somebody asks you to just be, could you do it?
I could definitely give an effort. I could definitely give an effort, but as we saw with her, she was stripped down. She barely was talking. She had no personality, no life in her in her speech. It
But
was
that's
just
what it
like
means,
just be,
right?
just be dumb,
No,
just be
I just want
dumb.
you to be present, but I don't want you to speak.
And okay, yes, I get that. And could I do it? Fuck no.
That's what I'm saying. It's hard for certain people um, because it's just not who they are to
Hmm.
turn off who they are. So I know how to do certain shit like that. Like I could just be there and be quiet. That wouldn't bother me.
See, I think why it okay. I have a love-hate relationship with silence
Okay.
for many reasons. Too
Mm,
deep for this show.
right.
But I have a love-hate relationship with silence. So for me, it would be like silencing me.
Yeah, most women.
Not
I think most women
yeah,
feel like that.
not that I can't be quiet because I most certainly can.
But it's a trigger.
But it's a trigger. And you're telling me to just be. I can be present and you don't have to tell me to do that. Like our energy will tell me exactly that that's what's needed. Honestly, if a woman pays attention enough
That's a
or
fact.
a guy pays attention enough, they're going to know exactly when the time is right to just be. You don't got
Right.
to instruct somebody to just be. And if you do, then you're going to get the result that,
Resistance. You want to get resistance.
yeah, you're going
All
to get
right.
result.
So that's a good point that you made, and being able to recognize the time and space where you should just be silent. So,
Mhm.
how do you feel about those people who don't recognize that space or time?
I think it's just a disservice.
Right.
I feel like it's a disservice because I think with that and not being able to see or feel or understand those period of times where that should be happening, um, you get friction. So it's like you're causing yourself a disservice, you're causing your partner a disservice, because then ultimately they're going to be unhappy in that space at that point in time, and then it's just going to create a domino effect of shit. So I think people need to really pay attention more, and I think we just talk a lot and not pay attention enough.
That's a fact. That's a fact. All right. So, I hate that I have to be on Ike's side a lot here, like on this particular episode. Well, not just
You
in
Ike
certain parts.
lover.
Just
You
no,
Ike
no,
lover.
just in certain parts. Just in certain parts because
Nah, I
this
get
is
it.
just shit that I foreseen. It's just shit that I
Yeah.
foreseen. That's why, because
Mhm.
he mentioned, going backwards is awkward, and going backwards is awkward.
Yeah.
That's why I said that's not going to work. We can't live together and then not live together and then act like we just met. That's not
Mhm.
going to work.
No. No. And this was doomed to not work anyway, in my opinion, because I think the disdain had already been set.
Right.
And I think even slowing it down or moving back a little bit, taking a couple steps back, I think the disdain had already set the precedence for how the remainder of the situation was going to go. So even when they said, and I just was thinking about this, like watching this past episode, even when they said, "Oh, okay, we're going to date,"
Right.
I'm like, yeah, no.
That's why I
Like,
was asking. That's why I was asking. That's why I always asked if we're living together and we don't speak or we have problems speaking. Once we don't live together, there's no reason for us to speak. So
right,
I'm really not going to speak to you.
right, like ever.
Right. That's why I said that's not a good move.
Yeah, at all.
Yeah, so they were sitting at the table, whatever, and Ike had mentioned his trip going back home. He was having a homecoming, whatever it may be. I got a couple questions on this, but when he mentioned going back home and seeing his mom or whatever, she said, "I'd love to see your mom." And then Ike said, "What?" Ike, was
He
like,
said, I can call you in the morning when you wake up, and I can call you at night, to make sure you're okay. He breezed right
That's
past
what
her
I'm saying.
statement.
He moonwalked right past that. I love to see
Walk
your
past
mom
that.
shit. Like you ain't gonna see my mom.
Like ever again, ma'am.
Yes. He breezed right past that shit. All right, so he did offer check-in communications, which I knew was gonna be bullshit,
Yeah.
whatever it may be. But the question is, can I go to homecoming by myself?
Yeah, of course. Of course. Of course. Even if I wasn't married, yeah, of course. Like we can't keep shackles on people. I don't believe in that. Um, but I will say, like, if you have a partnership that is tumultuous already in certain areas, that might not help the situation.
All right, so so say we in a good space. Would you be mad that I didn't invite you?
No, no.
Well, that's going to be a rarity,
I know, but
right?
here's my thing. I would expect the same in return. So if
Right.
there was something that I chose to attend without you, you're gonna have to be cool with it, even if you wanted to go. Like I just feel like I'm always a big proponent of what's good for the goose is good for the gander. So
Facts, but you don't
I
feel slighted by the non-invitation.
not at all, not at all. And I will respect the same to be reciprocated.
Okay, I'm not mad at that because I'm not mad at the non-invitation, or I don't have to invite you if I might want to go have fun and be with my friends.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have fun and go be with my friends. All
Absolutely.
right.
And sometimes and not to cut you off,
Okay.
sometimes like I'm not gonna have a good time any fucking way.
That's a fact.
Or, the person might not necessarily have a good time. You just want to be there just to be there. Like, no, go ahead and enjoy yourself. Have a good time. You'll be you more without me there. Go enjoy yourself. I'll see you later.
That's a fact. And the sad part about what you just said is the majority of people would still want to go, even though they know that they're not going to have a good time because they just don't want you to be there without them.
Yeah, I'm okay.
All right, so he did bring out a deck of cards and asked her if she knew how to play blackjack, and she kind of was like, I don't, huh? Blackjack.
What? Then she said, I for real, I don't give a fuck about them cars. Where your ring at?
And that part is kind of tricky because you kind of brought it on yourself, Ike, because you bring out the cards and you shuffle the cards. You know she gonna be looking at your hands.
Yeah, thanks.
You know she gonna be looking at your hands. So she noticed that he wasn't wearing his ring, and he said some bullshit like, "I take it off to wash dishes, and I just forgot to put it back on." It was like, nigga, that's the oldest lie in the book.
That's thanks.
He got that
Come
off
on.
page one of lying.
Thanks. He
Got
could
that
have
off
said
page
just,
one of lying.
yeah, he could have did one of his numbers. There's no peace in that ring.
Not there's no peace in that ring. All right,
Like, be
so
honest, not
she said,
bullshit.
be honest. So she said she felt hugely disrespected that he wasn't wearing his ring anymore. How do you feel about and I'll give my answer to this, but I want to hear your thoughts first. How do you feel about married people in general not wearing their rings?
I was married for almost 10 years. I can maybe count on my hands how many times my husband wore his ring.
Okay.
Um,
What was his reason for it?
Nothing other than he was a bum ass. Did I say that? Oh, okay. No. Um, I be losing myself sometimes. My fault, y'all. No, no, he just was he just the ring was too nice
Okay.
for what his everyday was set up for. Let me just say that. Okay, his ring was too nice for just his everyday shit. So he didn't really wear it out. Um, when we went out or we had events or something to go to, then sure, he put it on. But just like his everyday, no. And I was fine with it because it didn't define our marriage, in my opinion. I
Right.
didn't necessarily feel like what he was doing on his day to day during that time. Like they knew he was married, him having a ring on didn't signify anything. It wasn't like he was in the the normal workplace where people, you know what I mean, would understand that hey, he's married and or needs to be signified that he is. It didn't take away from the sanctity of our marriage at that time, I thought.
Right.
So I was cool with it. A lot of people don't believe in that though.
But you never felt disrespected by him not
No.
wearing it. All right, so I kind of I don't want to say I agree with him or his reasons, but I was a proponent of not wearing a wedding ring, and my reasons were like this. I don't particularly like to like wear a lot of jewelry in general all the time. I might like wear my watch or something, but other than that, you don't really like see me wearing chains and shit. Like I'm not big on wearing a lot of jewelry, and the ring itself used to be like a little loose on my finger, and it would just be fucking irritating. I never was a person who ever, you know, when people was wearing like 2 finger rings and pinky ring, I was never into rings in general. I was always like, I'm good. So it was never like a thing to me. And I think the biggest misconception of, and sometimes for the most part, she didn't like, it wasn't a thing. Like she understood, but sometimes it did bother her. But her reason that it bothered her was, well, how are people supposed to know that you're married? And it's supposed to be a symbol and X, Y, and Z. And I would be like, as a woman, or maybe women in general, do not know that more women are going to try to talk to me because I have the ring on. I don't know if they know that or not, but that would happen to me all the time. More or less, I would get way more attention, and more women would try to talk to me when I wore the ring than not. So that is a huge misconception in that whole thing. So if there's a time or a place like you said, events, whatever, I would wear it. or if she was fussing about it, I would wear it. But just in my general everyday, it was annoying to me. So it wasn't
Yeah.
like I was trying to hide it or not, whatever. It just was annoying.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's another reason why some people don't like to wear them. Not because they're hiding anything or they don't want people to know, or whatever the case may be. And I still feel that whatever the reasoning may be, right, it doesn't take away from your marriage,
Right.
the foundation of your marriage. Um, sure, that signifies it, but it doesn't determine how strong that marriage is. And I know people that like that has been like argument after argument after
Facts.
argument after argument after argument. And I'm just like, y'all wasting a lot of time on just
Facts.
a ring.
Facts. Facts. All right, so M went back home because Ike left or whatever. He went to Houston, so she went back to her crib because once again, what's the point of her staying in the apartment if he's not there? And that's why I was always saying if they don't move back in together, it's not going to work because we already don't speak when we are in the same room. So we're definitely not going to speak when we are apart. And she, called Dr. P and said he never checked in. He said he was. And she asked her, "What do you feel an urge to reach out to him?" And she was saying no, because anytime I do go out of my way to reach out to him, the energy that I receive back is like not worth it, or I feel like I'm in the wrong because I'm reaching out to you.
Yeah.
So
That's a fucked up feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fucked up feeling. And that's a fucked up space to be in for. And because I feel like, she does want to reach out to him. She does want to be just a little more in communication with him. And she is not one that would mind initiating it. But she's getting so tired of the door being slammed in her face, just of simple communication, I guess he just wants her to be, just be.
Just be.
Just be. Don't talk, don't call me, don't text me, do nothing. I won't do the same to you. We just gonna be. Um, but I think also in a sense, she's realizing what's happening here and what this could really mean for their marriage.
But I hate that I gotta shoot this nigga some bell. What I'm saying is sometimes people don't know how to communicate. Sometimes people feel like when you ask them simple questions like what's your name, that you're challenging them. So when you're in their presence, that's what they want you to do. They just want you to be there in their presence. Like they don't want you to talk. They don't want you to question them. They just want you to be there and be silent. Do you think that this could have even had a chance to work if she was able to do that until he got comfortable? Because sometimes a nigga will get comfortable and then that space will be allotted, or he would just tell you all the things that you're questioning. But he just has to get comfortable first.
Okay. In a normal setting and situation, sure, I can see that. I feel like, yes, sometimes things do need a minute to breathe. You do need time, space, and opportunity to be able to build up to certain levels of comfortability to be able to talk about shit or ask questions or whatever the case may be. Sure, right? But Ike don't get no bell for me. You know why Ike don't get no bell for me? Because you came on Married at First Sight, my nigga.
Right.
If this is the type of individual that you are, then you should have took your little retarded ass and sat in a corner by yourself, or maybe went to a forum of individuals who are similar to you.
But that's what I was about to say. He might have been, I'm from the South. he could be used to a certain, like a lot of women. I know a lot of women that are from the South, and they will fall in line.
Then he should have specified on his
Right.
application, I need a Southern belle that's gonna fall in line. No, I'm just,
No,
I'm
that's
being
right. No, that's
sarcastic,
right though.
but
But that's right though.
I just feel like, um, people have to be prepared for those what ifs. Okay, here's what I like. Here's how I move. Here are the things that I am willing to do to get to a certain point, right? But people have to realize that everybody may not follow that protocol unless it is specified beforehand. If we're going in blind and I don't know what it is that you need or how you move, if that was the conversation that him and M had in the beginning, like, hey, listen, you know what I mean? Here's what I expect, or
Right.
here's what I like, or here's how I communicate, or here is where I feel less comfortable, but more comfortable. Like if they had those conversations, then maybe this wouldn't have gotten to where it is. But of
Right.
course, he
Right.
just said B.
Right. But what I'm saying is, those people don't know that. And a lot of times we have the conversations of people knowing who they are and what they doing. All the time they don't. I'm just saying, in the real world, all the time people don't know that they are shitty communicators. They don't know how to speak. They don't be knowing all this shit. They just think that the shit that they're doing is normal and regular for them. That's why I be saying everybody's normal is different, because this is my normalcy. I don't know that I'm a fucking horrible communicator, that I don't know how to speak to you with respect. I don't know how to answer basic fucking simple questions. Some niggas do not, and not just niggas, because it'd be girls too. Some people don't know that about themselves because that's their normal. And that's why I said, when we come into a situation with somebody who's not from where we're from, or who's not of my same normalcy, there has to be adjustments on both sides. And that's why I'm not on his side, but that is a side.
That is a side. I agree. I agree. I can agree that um he should be afforded that space. Absolutely. I just also feel like people may not in fact know certain things about themselves, or know until they're actually in a space. Then you can't hold somebody else accountable because you don't know. Because just like you don't know, neither the fuck do they. Like they just don't
Agreed.
know.
Agreed. So that's what I'm trying to say. So he shouldn't be holding her accountable, but
Right,
she also shouldn't be holding him accountable.
right. And I think the only reason why that she may be holding him accountable is because of his demeanor
Okay. Right. Because he's
towards
being a dick.
her,
Because he's
because
being a
he's
dick.
being a dick. And maybe, she might have been a little more receptive if he wasn't such an asshole about it. Because, in my opinion, the way that he's behaving is like, you should just know, you should just
Right.
do, and you should just shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? And for a person like her, you know what I mean, who is about her business, got her shit together, very outspoken, very driven and all of that, that don't fly too well.
Right.
It's just a recipe for disaster.
Right. But this is the bad part about communication, is that I think that they actually could have worked
Okay, how so?
if they both would have made the necessary adjustments. That when we talk about pride and ego, and people not wanting to step out of their pride and ego, then yeah, it's not going to work. But if we both make the efforts to step out of our pride and ego, it could work.
Okay. Okay. Do you, thinking back, playing back in your mind, do you really think that Ike would work with anyone?
Yes, he will work with the people who fall in line. It'll work with the people who fall in line, who are comfortable being quiet and just being present. And
I
then,
honestly think he'll find problems with that too, to be honest.
I mean, probably because he's a dick,
Right.
but that person will. It's not going to bother them that he's being a dick
Right.
because they're going to just be happy, to have a guy.
To have a guy, just to have somebody.
Right.
I gotcha.
That's what I said.
Okay.
There's instances or there's ways that certain things or certain people could work if you're willing to make it work.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Well, because I don't know, like, I give him like the death stare every time he pops up on the screen.
So like if it would have been time and space for them to be like if she would have been cool, like how it all started, and she was like he go to sleep and we don't really talk. If she would have just let that ride and like went about her daily business and be like I'm going to work, whatever, and we're chilling but we're not really speaking, and she would have been comfortable there, he would have eventually came around and
Mm-hmm.
started speaking,
Mm-hmm.
and they would have been fine.
Gotcha.
But her personality won't allow her to do that.
Right. Yeah. Definitely her personality will definitely not allow her to do that.
Hmm.
And not knowing somebody is pretty hard when you
Right.
don't fully know someone because um you like making shit up in your head.
Right.
You're honestly going towards the questionable. And I think in this case, that's what's happening. She's going right to the questionable behaviors and she's focusing on that. You know what I
Right.
mean? So she ain't giving it no space. She ain't
Right.
giving it time. And that's just causing more friction.
Right. Like even when they have like issues and he'll be like, yo, just let that go. And she's not gonna let it go. No, we gotta talk about this. No, we don't have to talk about it. We
Mhm.
should talk about it, but we don't
Yeah.
have to.
No, we don't have to. No, we don't have to at all. And I do feel like there are some things that she puts pressure on that is unnecessary because I feel like if conversation goes and it flows, eventually you'll circle back to that.
Right.
Like it's not something that you're like, oh well, we should talk about it. Well, yeah, maybe we will talk about it when the time is right, when the conversation is right, when it comes out the right way and all of that good stuff. But to pressure somebody um to talk about something that may not be beneficial
Right.
at that point in time is just it is that can be a little overpowering.
So when it comes to um adjustments, like if I meet somebody and I really like that person, I would adjust. I can adjust to whatever. If like when we talk about, are you a texter? Are you a FaceTimer? I'm if I like you, I'm going to adjust to you,
Hmm.
and that never happened on either side.
At all. At all. But I also feel like it's met with resistance on both sides for whatever particular reason um that they have. So for her, she wanted to be all in. She felt like maybe they were all in, and then she got that
She got
thrust
blindsided.
of correct. She got that thrust of no bitch, this ain't the way that it's gonna be. And then she got into shock and didn't know how to even move forward. I think that hurt her being able to make any adjustments because now when she's making the adjustments, they feel forced.
Right.
You know what I mean? They feel forced.
Right.
So, and his adjustments, he ain't even give it a whirl.
So there's two sides of it. There's a side of there's no shot because neither one is willing to make the correct adjustments or willing to put their pride and their ego and their control and all of that shit down. And there's another side of if we would have just if certain things like I feel like certain moments wouldn't have happened, they would still be in their regular space. But because those moments, like with the family and with the questioning him, these are specific moments that made him be a dick. So if these little moments didn't happen, that turned into big moments, I don't think that we're here.
Right. I would agree there. Yeah, I would agree. Then if that's the case, I think you should have put your big boy drawers on.
Everybody don't got big boy draws, see?
I see. I see. So, you take her through, these emotional changes instead of just being clear about what made the change happen.
Right.
The real reason that the change happened.
What he should have done is at the wedding, like when they were on the honeymoon or whatever, he should have said, yo, that conversation that I had with your family was uncomfortable. So when the housewarming comes about, you're not even inviting them to the housewarming now.
Yeah, facts.
That's what should have happened.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree.
But let's move on. Is there anything left on them?
No, because I think her and Dr. P just, talked about certain things and, that was pretty much it for them. He was MIA and she was alone, as she states.
He was at the house, the homecoming. Each.
Yes.
We try to go to the homecoming. All right, where you want to go next, man? Camille and Thomas or Man Bun and Michelle? What's up?
Let's do Camille and Thomas.
All right, let's get into
I can't do the back-to-back fuckery. Break
All
it up
right.
a little bit.
So Camille and Thomas are in honeymoon stage, basically. A real good getting to know you stage. Touchy-feely, we fucking, whatever. Everything's all good. It seems like, they have no issues. So they started off with that little massager gun, John. But it is a little testy in there because it still showed her that although he's a great guy, he's still a little or a lot soft.
I agree.
So she wants him to be more aggressive, and it's still just like not him, but they still fucking know. So as long as we fucking, I think there's room to get to get somewhere.
To grow.
Right. As long as we fucking. So he said that he liked, or he was giddy, when Dr. Pia mentioned, or she mentioned that she initiated sex. He was a little giddy and happy and shaking his head like a little kid, but she was reiterating that she wants him to take charge more. But like I said, when the doctor asks, "Are y'all having these conversations?" Nobody's never having these fucking conversations. They're just going about their everyday lives.
Exactly, and hence why the problems be seeping in.
Facts. So, Camille says she's ready for them to turn it up. And this is where things got interesting for me because he said, I've been licking on that box, but she ain't been sucking on that cock.
Yeah. That was wild word.
That is super wild word.
That was super wild.
She said, I'm not there yet. How you feel?
I don't understand. Listen, I will never say that, what somebody chooses to do in their sex life is right or wrong or whatever the case may be. I can never really say that because people have to be comfortable with what it is that they do and how they do it in their body and all of that. I get it, right?
I'm about to puff up.
No, I know. I agree with you. Trust me, because we've had like these conversations before. So I'm saying yeah, we can respect a person's right to choose. Okay, we can respect that. But how you giving up the box, right? How you letting your box get licked on, right? But you're not willing to fully experience
That's my
sex
point.
with this
That's
man.
my point
So
exactly.
how are you not there to suck dick or
That's
to
my
suck
point.
your husband's dick? I'm so super lost with that one.
And that's my point exactly. You can't say I'm not there yet or I'm not comfortable, but you're comfortable getting your pussy ate and you comfortable fucking him. Make it make sense.
Right, right. I don't know what it is about sucking dick that some people feel so awkward and uncomfortable about. Now you can
It's
say
fucking
that, and
ridiculous.
might not be the best at it or whatever the case may be or what have you, but
I'm pretty sure he ain't the
actually,
best at eating pussy.
right, but actually doing it, like,
Right.
why, 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 why do you have to be ready for that if you're doing everything else?
That's the part that loses me every fucking
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
I'll be lost. It loses me every fucking time. I don't understand it. All right, so Camille was also, and this will play into that as well. She
Hmm.
said that he has the green light, and I hate when people say you got the green light, but they don't act and follow behavior of green light behavior.
That was like, you got the green light to do what? Yeah, I don't know. No, I don't know how I feel about that statement because I feel like people just say it just to say it.
Right.
Yeah.
This shit pisses me off, man. All
Yeah.
right, so she tied him up and he was bitching. And I don't know if she put avocado in his mouth, a ball gag, whatever. I don't
It
know
was
what
an
she.
avocado. It was
Don't put a big
avocado.
ass avocado in my mouth. All right, I'm sorry.
It was
And this is what I
avocado.
try to tell you and the ladies in general about tying the guy up. It may be fun for you, but there's no fun in that for the guy. I'm sorry. Y'all like to be tied up, and that's like little sexy, little intense, little games. Y'all like you tie the nigga up, he's not gonna feel that way.
Yeah, I don't necessarily know if I want to tie that guy up.
Like it's not the same experience. It's just
Yeah.
not. It's just not. But she was excited to be tied up. She was giddy and laughing and all of that. But it was still giving boo to me. Boo, 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 boo for y'all corny sex.
Yeah, I don't know. I felt like it would have been a lot cooler if she wasn't so silly about it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, she was very silly about it. Maybe that's because, she figured, fuck it, like the cameras is on, I'm gonna give them a show. Like they not really getting really what be happening. Or I don't know why she was like that, but it was like it would have been cool if she didn't add the jokey joke into it,
Right,
like stuffing the avocado in his mouth
right,
and then getting a massage gun and tickling him. Like, I
right.
don't know, it just seemed, I don't know, it seems too playful for me.
It's always playful because you talk this big green light talk, but you don't follow it up with the green light behavior.
Behavior, right? So do you feel like just outside of like what they were doing, you know, ropes and things like that. Let's just say your partner was into, some things. Are you willing to just like take a back seat and let her rock?
What you
Or
mean? Am
the
I gonna let her tie me up?
No, 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 no. Outside of the ropes or whatever. Let's just say um
She wanted
she's
to play with toys.
she wants to play with toys or well no, because it would be something to do to you, like hot wax or something different other than rope and tying you up. And she likes stuff like that. Are you just letting her try on
Oh
you?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. I'm a partake, but like I said, guys don't really get anything out of that shit.
Right.
We are strictly like, let's get to the sex. But it don't like, and even when I say let's get to the sex, it's not just the sex. It's like
Right.
the massaging and things of that nature, like the massaging, the kissing, the rubbing, all of that stuff is good. But the extra is not. It's not nothing in it for the guy.
Guy. Right. Yeah, I feel like when a person has certain likes or certain interests sexually, that they should find an equivalent match for their partner.
What's an equivalent match? What nigga?
I don't know, whatever it is that he might like. So if you know, like you like to do, you like him to pour hot wax on you and you get a feeling,
Right.
find something that he likes and he gets that feeling.
Oh,
So
okay.
whether it's his dick suck, whether he likes his balls tickled,
Right.
whether he likes, his ear bit or his nipples licked, like whatever. Find
Oh,
something.
see, I'm cool with all of that. All of those things
Right,
are good.
right.
It's just the rope tying and shit, like
Yeah,
and the
yeah,
stuffing a
no.
fucking avocado and all of that shit. Like, get that
Right,
avocado out of here. Shit
right.
don't even taste good in my mouth. Get this shit
Yeah.
out of here.
No, I definitely get it.
Like, I'm
You know,
good with some of the other shit, or but the avocado
right.
no.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't even mind if you time it, like if you want to tie me up and then fuck me or tie me up and give me a massage or something, cool. But the shit that they was doing,
Yeah, that was stupid.
that was stupid.
Yeah,
Don't
that's
tie me up and tickle me with the massage gun.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that definitely is just for the show and shit, but trying to probably keep it
Right.
PG-13 or whatever the case may be. But I mean, it's people that's like, probably into just
Man, if you're
that.
gonna tie me up and do something. That's why I
Right.
said don't talk about green light behavior and then be fucking
Right.
whatever light you want to call it.
Right. Be
Follow
about
it
it.
up.
Right.
Yeah.
Be about it.
That's a fact. All right. Any last things on Camille and Thomas, because they just chilling, moving right
Yeah.
along.
They chilling,
Um
moving right along.
they good, but I don't know if Camille is going to be fully satisfied. Like, she's content right now and she's happy, but is she fully satisfied?
Right. No, I don't think so. I think they're in a good space. I think she's okay with it for the
Right,
moment.
right,
But yeah, unless he progresses into the direction that she needs him to be
right.
in, then it's just going to get to a stagnant
Like,
place,
is
I
she
think.
going to see the old nigga that used to handle her a certain way and be like, get that John?
I mean, she seemed like the type that would be like,
That's what I'm saying.
cut them deuces. I'll see you later, Tom.
That's what I'm saying. She get that little John,
Hmm.
that little replay effect. Like, oh
Okay.
shit.
Yeah. Yeah. He gotta come with it a little bit better.
That's a fact. All right. Last but not least, we get to Lion Ass Man Bun. And sadly to say this, Ish, I know you don't like the show, but she was looking real cute this whole episode.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah, she's okay. No, she's not bad. Like she's well put together, I will say
Yeah.
that. Like
Yeah,
in regards to her outfits and shit.
right. Shout out to you, Michelle.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I do want to shoot, man, but I'm shooting on these niggas a lot of bell this episode. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
you is.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I gotta play devil's advocate. I gotta play devil's advocate a little bit. All right. I just want to say that I don't always, if I'm David, I don't want to always fall prey to your triggers that I don't know about. So if you have a trigger because of some shit that happened with your parents that has nothing to do with me, I don't want to always fall prey to that shit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I would agree. I would agree. Nobody's opening up their fucking mouths and
That's
talking
a fact.
for anybody to understand anything. So we have this whole breakdown in the communication because of something that could have, you know, progressed with time and like how you getting mad at, you know, something that he did and he doesn't even know that it is affecting you.
Right.
Like he doesn't know that. So you can't say that, oh, well, you're doing this and it's triggering me and you knew it. But I didn't know. Well, she didn't
Facts.
say you knew it, but
Right.
that's shit. She might as well said you
You might
knew
as
it.
well. Right. That's a fact. So I just want people to be mindful of you can't because you get triggered and the person doesn't know that that's a trigger, you can't be mad at them because you got triggered and they didn't know that that was a trigger. It's fucking common sense.
And that's not going to do nothing but build up animosity, too.
Right.
I will say that.
All right. So we finally get to talk to Pastor Kyle about the infamous text, man. And Pastor Kyle tries to call him out. And he says, David, really? Is we talking about food? And David says, I talk to my food like that. Y'all bugging. You bugging, Ish. That's how I talk about my food. You bugging. Fuck that. Y'all bugging. I love food. I'll eat that shit up. Y'all bugging.
You look so damn sexy. Can't wait to eat.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all bugging, Ish. I was talking about my food.
I can't.
I was cracking the fuck up when Karla was like, I can't.
Thanks, Karla. Exactly my
Yes.
thoughts, my sentiments. I can't.
Yeah, so David was like holding on to his lie. And even when he was asked about meeting up with other women, he did something that I do a lot. And I'm not him, but I will laugh at shit like this myself. He laughed a little bit. Like he laughed and he was like, man, she's in a relationship. And Pastor Kyle was like, what the fuck they got to do with anything?
Yeah, and what the fuck is so funny? Like,
like,
I feel like people have these little defense mechanisms. Like,
right.
and I don't mean like it's a defense mechanism. Maybe that's not like their go-to things that where they know that they're in like a situation and it's like funny to them a little bit because it's like no, you don't really want to fucking know.
Right. Right.
You don't really want to fucking know, or you don't really know what it is, like type thing. I think it's just like a deflection sort of.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I'll agree to that. Yeah, it is. All right, so Pastor Kyle was saying, what does that matter if she's in a relationship? You're supposed to be over here, you know, figuring things out with your wife and not meeting up with other women, basically. She basically called him out and was like, see, that's another overshare. And we talked about David and his overshares all the time when nobody fucking asked you. And, you know, she said that sparked up her curiosity to what else he's hiding or doing. So, once again, why is man bun oversharing?
He has this real dumb logic of, well, because I'm sharing this with you, that means that I can't possibly be hiding anything on the other end of the spectrum because I'm being honest with you about other women, or I'm being honest with you about some of my movements that might be questionable. I'm being honest with you about I ain't got nothing to hide. I don't have no reason to hide. And that's just going to have someone blinded, like a deer in headlights, who don't know no better to say, oh, you know what? He's right. So I'm not going to look over in this pile of shit over here.
Yeah, it's a trick.
It's just a trick.
It's a
It's just
trick.
a trick. Yeah, and you could just tell because he got so defensive in a way that we have never, ever, ever seen David act, behave, lose his cool, none of that. This is how you knew it was a fucking lie.
That's a fact. But he's holding on to this lie for dear fucking life.
Down
He's
with the
holding
lie.
on to this lie. He's
Down with
holding
the
on to this
lie.
lie for dear fucking life. All right, so how do you feel about Pastor Cal saying, "Well, clear the shit up, call her up. Get your phone, call her up."
That's what I'm
He-
talking about, Pastor Kyle. Let's get to it. Let's stop this chop shit. If you can prove, why not prove? That's how I feel. If you could prove to your partner, let's just say, if you could prove the truth, right, to ease your partner's mind and heart, would you not do it just because you hate being questioned, or you feel like they trying to be in your business, or you feel like it's none of their business, or do you just say, you know what, here you go, let me just ease your mind, just so that we can put this situation to bed and we can move forward? Which one are you doing for the sake
I,
of your partner?
I think I'm 50-50 on this because I hate false accusations. So, in a false accusation point, I just feel like, why I gotta go through all that when I'm not guilty? But if you know you're not guilty, clear it up.
That's it.
Clear it up. Clear it
I
up.
get it.
So when I know that I'm not guilty, of course, let's just clear it up then. I don't want to do it, and I'm gonna be mad that I had to do it. But when I know that I'm not guilty, I'm gonna just clear it up so we can just stop the shit. Go ahead, let's
Yeah.
just clear it up. You want to clear it up? Let's clear it up. Now, when you guilty, that's different. When you guilty, it's like, you said clear it up, but can I really clear it up? Because I'm guilty.
Yeah, I can't clear it up. And he said, this is my marriage. I'm not
Right.
bringing nobody else in it. But clearly you've put your cousin in it.
Right.
You
But
placed.
that's why you shouldn't have made that lie up.
Right.
That's why
But
that's why you shouldn't have made that lie up, because that's not a lie that you can continue on. Like at some point there's no way to get out of the lie that he created, because you created a lie that should have receipts and should be able to be cleared up real easy, but you're not clearing it up, so you're guilty.
Right. Some people don't know how to play in the sandbox without getting sand in their pee-pee hole. And David is clearly one of those people.
That's a fact. All right. So like you said, he was saying, no, I'm choosing not to bring my cousin in it. And then he pulled the deflection move. This is where he pulled the deflection move, and he was like, "Oh, you care now? All this time you've been acting like X, Y, and Z, but now you care." And that's basically to say that if I'm doing something or not, I'm doing it because you was acting like you didn't care. He was like, I thought that you were done. So if you were done, then I should be able to do whatever the fuck I feel like doing. And she's like, nah, I didn't say I was done. And I'm on her side.
Right.
Because even though she was being a dick or a bitch earlier, she still has been present.
Facts. Trying.
Right.
No matter how hard, no matter if she didn't like or whatever, she's always showed up. She's always given some sort of effort to, in an attempt to get a little bit more out of the marriage.
Right.
How you just doing what the fuck you want to be doing, sir?
Right. Yeah, so I'm on Michelle's side here, and that was a blatant deflection move. That was just ridiculous. So then Pastor Cal was like, well, if he's not going to do it, you do it. You bring Denise into it. And she was like, maybe I will.
I sure will, Pastor Cal.
She was like, maybe I will. So they walk outside, and they like, how can we clear this up? And they said, well, first Pastor Cal was like, I don't even know what else to say here, because this nigga's obviously lying and he won't clear this shit up. But we all can see that he's lying. So what else do you want me to say? What else do you want me to say? So they go outside and he tried to another deflection move. How was the girls' night? How was the girls' night? I
Oh,
was proud of Michelle though, because she was not falling for that shit.
yeah,
She was like,
exactly.
nigga, whatever. What about this text message?
Exactly. Like, you're not trying to fucking talk to me about no nonsense. Trying to hear that right now.
Fact. So she was like, how are we going to clear this text message shit up? And they were saying, well, let's just talk about it. And then once again, this nigga is spinning. This nigga is Sonic the Hedgehog out this bitch. He was like, I gotta go to work.
Yo, like I could not. I'm like, is this the same David? And like she
Right.
even said it. She's like, I've met this David for the first time today. Like we've never seen him like this, but that just further shows you sometimes people give themselves away. You don't even have to say or do much of anything. Like just watch them and watch their actions, and I can just about guarantee you that if they on that bullshit, it's
gonna
gonna
come out.
show through, and you gonna see it.
It's gonna come out. That's why I say always be observant, and it'll be there for you to see it if you want to see it. It'll be there. It'll be there, man. All right. So how did you feel about her calling him a fuckboy?
Oh, he's a fuckboy. Yeah, he's definitely a fuckboy. And if we can recall, I have been Team David. Um, not fully, but I rode with him a little bit more than I rode with her.
Right.
And I feel like he has done a complete 360 because you should have just rode out the fucking 60 days or whatever it is. And you could have fucking waited.
Right.
Like people have no discipline. Like you could have simply waited before you got all out, or at least not lie, money, or tell a better lie,
Yeah,
or
just don't
tell,
lie.
yeah, just don't lie.
I'm with the not lying shit. I'm not going to agree with the waiting shit, but I'll agree with the don't lie shit. I'll agree with the don't lie part.
Right. Okay. Well, if you can't agree, if you can't wait,
Right.
then at least not lie.
Right.
And go through all this rigmarole, all this bullshit, all this storytelling, all this being mean to her, all this lying to Pastor Kyle, all this dragging your cousin Denise in it for nothing.
So do you
For
think
nothing.
Man Bun had any violent points? As far as before you answer, I just want to say as far as him feeling like she was already out, as far as how she was treating him in the beginning, like he said. I mean, like, that's what I'm saying. These niggas is tricky. these niggas is tricky, and that's why I like for women to see the shit in action, because these niggas is tricky. Because it's a trick, but it's also the truth.
Right. Here's my thing. Yeah, you have valid feelings.
Right.
Yeah, you might even have some valid points to stand on, right? That she was treating you like crap. Like she wasn't giving you any leg to stand on. Like she wasn't giving you no room to get closer to her. She kept pushing you away, whatever the case may be. Sure, you do have some valid points there, but the moment that you started this fuckery, the moment that you told this dumbass lie, the moment you chose to be a fuckboy, that shit means nothing. Because now you're not heard. Now you're looked at as just a fucking clown.
Right.
Not to everybody, but to certain individuals, like somebody like, yeah, like you're a fucking clown now. So anything that you have to say, there is no validity to it. Even if there is validity to it, nobody's going to want to hear you because nobody's going to value what it is that you have to say.
See, that's why whenever I've been placed in these instances or whatever, or certain similar positions as David, I'm the person to have that conversation with you. and I'm the person to say, yo, you're treating me like this. I feel like this is some bullshit. And if this doesn't change, then you're gonna see who I am.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm gonna bust a move.
Right.
And I'll say that ahead of time instead of just like what he's doing the actions behind her back. I had the conversation with you. So once I had the conversation with you, you can't come to me with that shit because I had the conversation with you and you chose not to, partake or whatever it may be.
That's fact.
So I believe in the honesty part of it. I'm not on the weight shit. I'm sorry. I can't agree to the weight shit.
Right. And I can understand that. And I just was saying that for the purpose of the show.
Right.
Like obviously, it's going to be hard. I can't say that I would even wait if it was the other way around, but I was just saying that, like, just for the purpose of the show or what have you. But my thing is, too, David, if you really felt like your gripes were valid, then you would have been like, well, yeah, you know what?
Right.
You know what? Yeah, I was texting another girl because you wasn't giving me no rhythm. You wasn't giving me no action. You came up with this lie because do you believe that some of her gripes weren't valid?
I think he does believe that.
Right. What? That some of her gripes were valid, correct? Or that some of her gripes weren't valid?
No, I think he believes that her gripes weren't valid. I think that in his mind, she prejudged him, but she prejudged you on the things that you told her that she didn't even fucking ask you. So, what the fuck, David?
Right. See, I feel like
it's just like this. David would be like, I don't mean to cut you off, but David would be like this. Yo, you judging me saying you think that I can't do X, Y, and Z for you, or you judging me because of, and then when there's opportunity for him to show, he doesn't show.
Mm-hmm.
So did she actually prejudge you? Or are you showing all the shit that she prejudged you about?
That's facts. That he did. And then now and then he's blaming her for her response.
Like the way he responded. Like if she be like, you told me you live with your parents and I pictured a nightmare. And then you take me, you sell me a lie, like, no, it's a duplex, and it's basically like I got my own condo underneath, and then we go there and it looks like a fucking train wreck.
Yeah. Yeah, David has created a clusterfuck for himself. He has created a clusterfuck for himself. Do you feel like by him not telling the truth or whatever the case may be, like she already had these predetermined feelings about him? Do you think now there's ever the little bit of chance that he had is out the door?
I don't think it's out the door because she's showing interest. Like she said, if I didn't care, then I wouldn't care. Like I wouldn't keep questioning you about the text messages if I didn't care.
Okay.
If I was already done, that's what she was saying. If I was already done, this wouldn't even be a conversation because I'm already done. I don't give a fuck what you're doing.
Facts. Do you think, first of all, I wish it was a lady. I wish it was a lady that I could ask this to. So maybe you ladies can say it in the chat. Because T, you probably won't know or understand this feeling, but sometimes we just want to fucking know. We don't really give a fuck.
Oh, that's true. I know about that.
We just want to know. So I was saying as I was watching this, like in certain parts where she was like, well, I wonder who it was. Did he tell you who it was?
Right.
Would it really make a difference of who it was? I think the only reason why she's honing in on who it was so bad because she thinks she knows already
Right.
who it is.
Right.
And that's just wanting to know.
But yeah, that like I could see a whole portion of that and her still not caring.
Right.
But I think that her reason in wanting to know is just validation.
Validation and
Validation, and I already saw you not being able to fit the bill. Now you lied. Now I could just use that as the backbone to what I already had.
she's a crafty son.
Right. That's why I said a lot of this shit is so fucking tricky that is like, that's why I said, and people were like, yo, you giving such a bill. And I'd be like, no, you have to see the tricks that are being played.
Yeah, that's
on
facts.
both sides.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. That's facts.
On both sides. So yeah, she could be very much still not giving a fuck, but she just wants to use this as a point of validation to back up her all the shit she already had. And still not give a fuck.
And still not give a fuck.
Right.
Hmm.
Or this could be something that triggered her to give a fuck. A lot of times women don't give a fuck until they jealous.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I definitely agree with you there.
Right. So that's a thing. That's a thing as well. So yeah, she might not have gave a fuck up until this point. That could have been a trigger to make her give a fuck and be like, hold on now.
Right. Right. So now that you feel like she knows, well, not now that you feel like she knows. Now she knows. She done talked to Denise,
How you feel about Denise giving up the tape?
as Denise should have.
No, how do you feel if you, David?
You can't be mad, man. You can't be mad.
No, I'm mad if
Like,
my cousin gave up the tape on me, man.
how?
Cause you my cousin. Hold me down.
I'm mad that you even put why? I'm mad
Yeah,
that you even threw me in the situation of your mess.
Right.
I'm holding you accountable for your actions and the shit that you're doing.
I agree with all of that, but there's still supposed to be bro code, family code, my people code. You don't know shorty. Hold me down.
So, all right, okay.
You could be mad at me and we could have a different conversation outside of that, but you don't fucking give up tape on me.
Okay. Let's just say that, right? Let's just say I don't give up. I'm Denise. You call me and you say, cuz I need you to do X, Y, and Z, X, Y, and Z because of X, Y, and Z. Right? Right? They call and you like, yeah, I actually sent him a picture of this really like delicious 3 tacos. I was at this Mexican restaurant and he just loves Mexican and I have to come up with this a whole elaborate lie and sit here and talk to you on the phone and she says, okay, well, can you just send me the screenshot?
No, I deleted it.
I'm going to fuck to sleep.
I deleted it. I deleted it. Now listen, I have passed my lying days and I have grown up, but in my lying times, I can fulfill the lie. Don't get it fucked up. I can fulfill the lie.
Listen, if you say
yes, I deleted it.
all right, I got you, but listen, if you say cuz say I was with you, if someone such and such call, I was with you.
Right.
Such and such. I am not sitting here coming up with no elaborate story to sit here and lie to this person.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If I'm David, I'm gonna feed you the whole book. I will feed you the whole
I don't want to have.
35-page book or any fucking question that's going to be asked. I will tell you what I had on, what time it was, who I was with, whatever I need you. I will give you. I don't need you to create anything because I'm gonna feed it to you.
I don't want to live a life like that. Sorry,
I'm gonna
Tim.
feed it to you.
You're gonna be mad. You're gonna be mad at me.
So
Especially
if it's your
like now.
cousin, look, if it's your cousin, you not mad that she didn't hold you down?
If
one of your friends dime you out to your dude, you ain't mad at your friend?
So yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna be mad. I'm gonna be honest.
Nah, I'm mad.
I'm not gonna be mad, but I am going to be like, I'm gonna be mad at myself.
Right. You're always
Because
mad at yourself because you shouldn't put yourself in these positions.
Yeah, and you shouldn't
but
put nobody else
still,
in your position in
as
that
friends,
position either.
family, and my people. That's just like if I was outside and I commit a crime and I'm like, Eesh. Wasn't we on the phone?
Maybe I'm maybe in my 20s, in my 20s or something.
Then we're gonna throw the age card.
No, I'm serious because right now I would be mad like, no, I'm not expecting nobody to, and I wouldn't expect nobody to, and I can't be mad. Yeah, I could be mad like, damn, that's kind of crazy. Now I'm all in this lie all by myself, and you gonna give up the tape. Yeah, I could feel some type of way about it, but I can't be mad at you for making a fucking decision about telling the truth or lying or getting wrapped up in my bullshit.
All right, but not necessarily lying. Or not necessarily being mad, but I just would say that I would expect your people to hold you down. That's all I'm saying.
Down. Yeah, I got you.
That's all I'm saying.
Got you.
That's all I'm saying.
I got you. Well, I know who I'm called.
That's all I'm saying. Is hold me down. That's all I'm saying. Is hold me down. Man.
Oh my God.
If you my people and you not they people, how you giving up tape to somebody that's not your people? And I'm your people. If you call me and you need me to hold you down, and I hold you and I held you down, and then I need the favor returned, and you be like, "No, I'm in my 40s now. I don't want to be involved." And we done did that already. Why you still doing that? And I'm like, "Yo, just 2 weeks ago I held you down." The fuck?
No, I mean I get it, but I mean I can't say that I'm gonna be with it. I get it, but I can't say that I'm gonna be with it. I don't know. And I ain't even saying that I wouldn't be. If you notice, I didn't say that, but I wouldn't be mad necessarily at somebody if they didn't. I would just be like, damn, Ish, like you got yourself into the situation. Like, why would you even go there? And why would you
I'm not going. Yeah, I'm not even going to stand on that ledge too long because I'm not. That's why I said that lie was stupid. I've never created lies with other people in it because, like you said, now I gotta involve other people, and like you just said, you just told on me each. Goddamn. And that's why I'll handle all my own shit.
Right. But and not only that, you know, on outside of you don't know what somebody else is going to do or whatever the case may be. It's also a thing of the limits that that person will or will not go. So they might be able to back you up, right? And they might say, yeah, they might do X, Y, and Z, X, Y, and Z. But I have seen or heard situations where 3 months down the line,
oh, that's a fact. They flip.
So it's like, I don't trust. I don't know. I just don't. I don't know.
That's a fact. That's why I said I always keep it in house with myself because I know who I can trust. Me. That's who. Right. I know who I can trust. Me, that's who. And I'm not even gonna. I'm not. Yeah, and I'm not even gonna bring you in none of my shit because who knows what's gonna happen? Who knows who knows if you gonna hold it down? Who knows if you gonna flip 3 months down the line? I'll take it upon myself. What he should have said was, it was for you. It was a drunk text. I was in my, I was a little horny.
Right.
Real easy and simple.
And I took it back real quick.
Yeah, real easy and simple. And I took it back real quick because I didn't want to offend you. Real easy and simple.
Yeah.
Real easy and simple.
He's like, "What's I was talking about some food. This is how you know
Rookies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rookies.
I can't tell.
Just rookies. All right. Anything else on David and Michelle?
No, I definitely can't wait into this. What is it? A couples retreat, is it?
Couples retreat next week.
I can't wait for couples retreat. We see a lot of shit pop on.
That's a fact. Couples retreat next week. Couples retreat always is interesting. Always this is where the tea gets spilled, because we're now all together in this house, and we have we have to communicate now. So you can't run from communication, because we sitting at the table, everybody talking, everybody in the same house, and you can't run from communication. So maybe couples retreat is the greatest exercise.
Yeah, facts. And they probably should have more than
right.
Facts.
You can't run from conversation. You can run from conversation when it's just you and your person in an apartment, and somebody goes home to their apartment, whatever. But if y'all all is stuck at the same place, where are you running to?
Right, that's fact. That's fact.
Well, that's what it is. And we have learned tonight that Isha's not going to hold me down.
Listen, make sure you know. I'm gonna be like, first of all, why would you even tell that dumbass lie? Like, I don't know. I'm gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna go with it, but that was dumb as shit.
Right. I'm like, I was under the gun. Whatever came to mind at the time, it was right on the spot. Right. Sorry. But just hold me down for like 2 seconds until I can find my way out of this paper bag.
I'm gonna be like, if the shit don't work and she start asking some real dumbass questions, then your ass is on your own.
See, and that's the thing about it is, well, this is my past life, man. Let's make sure we reiterate that. This is my past life. Now, in my past life, the girl is only going to ask you one question. It's not going to be an elaborate, like Michelle is the kind of like, what's that? And more when I was in these situations, was he there? That's it. Yes or no? That's all I need to do is say yes. It ain't gonna be what time, what he had on, how long was he there, X, Y, what did y'all do? It ain't gonna be all of that. It's just gonna be real simple and quick.
Do guys do this?
Do guys do what?
Do guys do this with their girls?
Am I calling to see if you lie? No, I'm not calling to see if you lie. Normally, depending on how long we've been talking, or just my natural instincts, I would know if you're lying or not. I would know if you're lying or not. That's just the natural shit. You should be able to do that. Just in general, you should be able to do that.
I was just wondering, like, guys,
and it's weird. That's weird.
Yeah.
Like I said, y'all are afforded things that we're not afforded. Y'all get to have girl meetings and spill the tea and talk about your feelings. Imagine a bunch of niggas just sitting around talking about their feelings and shit. Right. And being like, I don't know where I stand with her. Your niggas be looking at you like, what, nigga?
Right. I don't know. That shit is just crazy. David and his bullshit.
David Wilder, that lie was just outrageous, man.
Yo, that lie was just
that's one of the worst lies I ever heard.
Yeah, facts. And the fact that he wrote that shit so heavy and so hard is just like baffling to me.
It's the fact that he lying to Pastor Kyle, he lying to all the dude. And it'd be no reason to because the niggas didn't even ask you.
Yeah, and they could probably care less. Oh, Alan was like, I mean, but come on.
Right.
Alan even called him out on it a little bit.
Right, but it's always him oversharing. Nobody asked you about the text message story when you went to the boxing gym. You walked right up in there like, yeah, man, because I mistakenly said, nobody asked you, nigga.
His favorite pastime, his favorite thing to do.
Always just talking. Always just talking.
His favorite thing to do.
Is there anything else that we need to touch on?
No, I just feel like I think when we ended the episode, it was 10 days left.
Oh shit.
Like literally, I believe it's like 9. Yeah, I think it was like 10 days, maybe.
Yeah, I think after couples retreat is decision day.
Right. So we are winding down to like
last 2 episodes.
2 more episodes and then reunion. And I feel like right now, all of these, besides Camille and Thomas, like everybody is just clusterfucks.
And it would be sad to see Karla and Juan stay married just because.
Yeah. Yeah. They both will be so stunted.
Right.
Because Juan clearly wants to do other things. What? We don't know. He wants to do other
dudes.
Things,
he wants to do dudes.
Whatever.
Juan wants to do dudes.
Yeah, Juan wants to do dudes. Yeah, he clearly and Karla just wants, love and energy and peace and happiness.
And the craziest thing part is Karla would be fine with you doing, dude. She would be right there joining in. Like, this is great.
This is great, right? This is exactly what I wanted. But again, people hiding and not being necessarily open, and that might not be Juan's story. He just may not be in that space with Karla, but I don't see how not. Yeah, I don't see how not. But we'll see later on. I'll probably follow Juan, not on social media, but just his story to come. We'll see if he ends up with a guy or not.
What if Juan is a virgin?
Nah, he ain't no virgin.
He ain't no virgin. He with dudes. He been with dudes.
Yeah. Juan, you done caught this little case, Juan. You done caught this little case here. Yeah, I don't think he a virgin. I think he definitely. I mean, he could be, but I don't see it because I feel like Juan has some smoothness to him that may not necessarily indicate that he got no yams or that he got no butt from somewhere or something, but somewhere or something. But I don't know. I just don't get virgin vibes.
I don't get virgin vibes, but I get like
an experience vibes.
Yeah, I was trying to quantify the number down to like 2 or 3.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I could agree with you there. That could definitely be a possibility. An experience, not really having many interactions,
right.
Not feeling comfortable,
right.
that awkward weirdness.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I see that.
I think you would probably relish in an experience, nigga. I think you would because I think it would be like a playground for you.
I kind of would have thought that too, but no.
Okay.
It's no fun. It's no fun. It's whack.
It's whack.
Crack is whack.
Crack is whack.
No, it's not it's not as fun as I would have thought it would be. Not at all.
I never thought that shit was fun.
Yeah.
Not never.
Yeah. No. Nope. 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 So like, because my thing is like, look at Karla.
Right.
If he's, let's just say, he's inexperienced, or she might even feel that you could tell she has a lot of sexual
Right.
prowess.
Right.
She don't even want to pounce on him
No,
because
I think
it's
she
just,
does want to pounce on him.
no, I think she does, but she's not going to do
Yeah,
it.
she's not gonna do it. Right.
So it's like, if she wants to, cool, but she doesn't want to actually physically do it
Right.
because it's gonna be whack.
But that's what I'm saying. I think once you get past that initial part and you feel like you get to the part of, oh, I could teach him whatever I want to teach him. Like if he's open to learning, then you will have fun.
Okay, yeah. If the person, that's the key.
Hmm.
If the person is open,
Right.
if the person is open to it, yeah, maybe I could see some fun being had. But 9 times out of 10, the person ain't open. The
Right.
person is running and hiding and doing fucking cowgirl dances around in a circle around the bonfire like wine.
Yo, I was so mad at Juan when it was doing the practice, yo. I was just like, why are you acting like this, my
Yeah,
nigga?
wine is weird.
This shit
Wine
is
was
dumb.
behaving very weirdly.
Yes.
And then he's got to talk about it. Like he doesn't have any, like, just receptiveness to anything that has to do with being in a sexual, intimate space with Karla
Right.
at all.
I feel bad for Karla. Karla, you could call me. I handle that for you, man. I handle you real quick, Karla.
Karla's so cute.
Karla a little fun size joint too.
Yeah, Karla is definitely small. She definitely is.
I handle that for you. I handle
And
you,
she
Karla.
looked like she with it.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I
She looked
handle
like
you,
she
Karla.
with it.
Those little Jones be the freak Jones.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is, man. But people, this is our Married at First Sight recap, season 18, episode 13. We did see a little bit in the sneak previews of Ike Raw saying sign these divorce papers, and him saying no, thank you. How do you feel about that?
I feel that's that tit for tat shit.
Glutton for punishment?
Who, her or
Yeah,
him?
her.
Her. What would be her punishment?
You know the nigga don't want you. Why you don't want to sign the divorce paper?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She just, yeah, I get you. Okay. Yeah. No, she definitely just doing it to be a bitch. Cause
Right.
why wouldn't you just sign? Just be done with it. Like you don't even want to be with him at this point.
But how do you think that's hurting me?
Right. That's what I'm saying. People don't realize some shit. You're just doing shit to be spiteful. It's not hurting them. It's hurting
Right.
you.
Right.
It's holding you up, sis.
That's not hurting me. That's not gonna stop me from going to go to no pussy.
Facts. Facts. But I'm just trying to figure out like how we get all the way to the divorce papers. Because you could have clearly waited until D-Day.
But that's what I don't understand, and this is what I want to find out about the show. What is the contractual agreements as far as leaving the show or breaking up before D-Day? Because all the time I'm not waiting until D-Day either. Fuck D-Day. If you piss me off 2-3 weeks in, I'm not waiting until D-Day for this shit. I'm out.
Right. Yeah, I get it, but I mean, like, I don't know about that, T.
What you got? We waiting until D-Day?
I don't know about that. I mean, Do you think that anything could be ever so bad that you need to leave before 60 days?
Yes, I'm trying to get some pussy. You over here bullshit. What are we talking about?
I can't. I can't. No, I was getting ready to say something, but let me shut up. I was getting ready to say, well, shit. I mean, if I wanted to get some dick, I would just get some
Yeah,
dick.
just go
I
do
said
it.
60 days.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. I don't want to be living in. I don't like living in the space with people if we're not like in a good space.
Yeah, I do agree with that. I definitely do agree with that. But at this point, sir, you're not even living together. So pump your motherfucking brakes.
That's true.
Yeah, like
Because
do
he's being spiteful at this point.
yeah, he's being spiteful at this point. Like, how much more you gonna do to? And I'm not saying she's not at fault.
Right.
I'm not saying she didn't have, or play any role or any part to him reaching the feelings that he's feeling right at this point in time.
Right.
But sir, you done left, you done moved out, you done disrespected her. Now you coming to her, embarrassing her with the damn divorce papers. Like, come on. Like, come on, now you just being a real dickhead.
Yeah, he's over the top dickhead.
Yeah.
He's over the top dickhead. We shall see.
I'm like, boop, how about them divorce papers?
How about them divorce papers?
Those divorce papers. No, I'm just kidding. We do not condone violence over here.
Like even before with Chris and shit, like if I was shorty, I'm not waiting until D-Day. Nigga, you talking about you got a baby on the way. I'm not attracted to you. That nigga was doing a lot. I'm not waiting until D-Day with that nigga.
Yeah, no, that is true. I do agree with you there in certain circumstances and instances. Yeah, you're right. Why even wait?
Right.
You can be done with the situation.
Remember with Allison, they was like, if you don't want to live with him, then go ahead home. And she was like, all right, then she went to home.
Right. Right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I do agree. But in certain situations, it ain't even that deep.
Yeah, it don't be that deep.
Like,
and a lot of these situations that we're seeing is not that deep.
Right.
Just only Em and Ike is the only one that's like, I think that John only because they're both not showing any effort to change that they could have did that already.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And I think right now it's just so tit for tat. It's so I'm gonna be spiteful. I'm gonna be more spiteful. I'm gonna try, but I'm really not gonna try. Like they just going back and forth.
Like
with
what was that anniversary dinner, John?
What?
They could have did it there.
They could have definitely. But that's what I'm saying. I told the doctors some bullshit.
Right.
And here we are back on the fucking merry-go-round.
Yeah, see, I would have did it that day. I would have did it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that day I would have did it. It is what it is, man.
All for a storyline, maybe.
Yeah, all for a storyline.
Because the book ain't selling. Because the fucking book ain't selling.
Because the shit that I read online was that they don't they're not getting paid per episode. I heard that they get like a per diem if they miss like time from work or something. And you get to stay in the apartment like for free or whatever. But the money is not like a lot of money.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I mean, I would think that they would have some perks. I don't know if I really thought, did you think that they would make a lot of money off of this? Like, was that a thought on your mind?
It was at the beginning, but I figured that they can't do that only because that's only going to give people incentive just to stay for them to get the money. They're not really here to find love or to be married to the person that they're with. They just want to stay around to get the money. So now that I know that money is not there, that's why I be questioning why people still stay.
Why people still stay? It's gotta be. It's got to be something like you said in the contract or something.
Right.
Because they still appear.
Right.
even when they are separate or even when they're apart or whatever the case may be,
Right.
you notice they still appear
Right.
just by themselves, not with the
Right.
other person.
Right.
Well, I feel like either way, like I talk a lot about violence, but I don't really move forward on it. That's the weirdest thing about me. I will talk about
Because
punching
you're not
somebody.
violent.
I know. I will talk about punching somebody in the face or plucking them in their forehead and won't really do it, but um Ike brings you to a point where you just are just like, Ike, you know what? Enough is enough.
Yeah, he need to be hit.
Yeah, he
Or
needs to be.
he needs something thrown at his head, like a vase or
Yeah.
something.
Mhm.
Throw a
Mhm.
vase at his head.
Mhm.
That's what she should have did. When he said, "Can you sign these?" She should have threw something at his head.
Right. I
Like,
would have
nigga,
flicked him
sign
out.
that.
Look,
I'm like, nigga, sign this.
yeah, I would have been like, get them fucking papers out of here. Get that shit. No,
What if
I
she
know
had him
you
like,
like
nigga? What if she had him like, nigga? You is my husband.
we doing this for life. That's he said vows.
I would have been dying.
Yes, you ain't going nowhere. You stuck with me
I would have been
until
dying.
day 60 or whatever day it
I
is.
can't. I can't.
But I can't wait till next week.
That's a fact. Like I was saying, man, I love this show. I hope people are taking heed and learning some of the tricks of the trade because tricks are definitely being played in your face. And if you don't decide to pay attention and catch on to the red flags, then that's on you. Continue to live in the wonderful world of Delulu. Continue to live in the wonderful world of Delulu. Any last words, Ish?
Nope. Ike, watch it back.
Ike, watch your back. Ish will throw something at you.
Watch it back.
All right, people. This is our recap, and we will see y'all next time. Deuces.